Congress created a group to help ex-slaves survive the wide gap between slavery and emancipation. Freedmen Bureau agents introduced a free labor system, education, medical help for the sick, mentally disabled, elderly, and unhealthy to cope with racial disputes and developing a justice system. However, the amount of members were not enough. Funds were little, and the group had suffered greatly from opposition. Nevertheless, the group exemplified significant contributions to lead to the slaves into experiencing the true American dream. At the end of the war, camps provided runaway freed slaves with provisions, thus leading to the development of the Freedmen's Bureau. In addition to basic needs, the Bureau helped former slaves claim land for themselves to build a foundation for their newly adopted freedom. As the head commissioner, General Oliver Howard, the Civil War general, divided abandoned land into 40-acre plots for freedmen families. Each lease agreement lasted for a total of 3 years with a low interest rate in which they can purchase when the term is done. Eventually, General William Sherman reserved lands along the coastlines of South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. As a result, half a year later, 40,000 freedmen settled on 400,000 acres of land. Slowly but surely, abandoned plantations became the home for black communities. There, they will be able to prosper through hard work, making profits, and claiming ownership. Not only did it mean survival, but it meant independence and citizenship. Though the Bureau possessed 800,000 acres of land, it wasn't enough for 4 million freed slaves. Because of resentment towards the blacks, Southern whites desired to grasp the little land that the Bureau had. Opposition took a toll when President Andrew Johnson proposed the Amnesty Proclamation in 1865, which returned confiscated land to whites, non-wealthy, and some political leaders only. This did not only threaten freedmen residing on the land, but it threatened the Bureau as well, since they made profits through leased lands. Howard negotiated to return to the lands to the freedmen, but Johnson, in response, used his executive powers to return land to the original owners. Freedmen felt betrayed because of the land that was taken away from them. Congress took the issue in the Southern Homestead Act of 1866, set aside 3 million acres of federal land. They were allowed to have land, but they didn't and couldn't adapt to it. They lacked tools, animals, and the time to improve their new land. Black codes restricted them from selling, plus leasing the lands as well. In the end, only 4,000 families settled in southern homesteads. Even if the Bureau failed, the freedmen still stayed loyal. Education was their greatest achievement. 3,000 schools were constructed, and over 150,000 students were enrolled into school. They also assisted making black colleges, which was a great improvement, and this lasted until 1872. Due to the Reconstruction Act of 1867, the Bureau's responsibilities passed over to the military. The Freedmen's Bureau failed to provide land, but many hoped that acquiring the vote would provide the foundation for lasting freedom. Freedmen's Bureau was one of the first times federal power was used to provide for the general welfare of a segment of the population. Thank you.